Hey everyone, Ken Horowitz from SEGA16.com back with another pickup video. I got a really big haul this time, and a really big Sega specific haul. Well, not a really big like my Sega Master System haul. I don't think I'll ever have one like that again. But this is probably one of the bigger hauls I've had in a while. I've got a little bit of everything, but most of it is Sega, so let's get to it. First thing I got, the only Nintendo related thing I got, Jet Force Gemini. Managed to get a copy of that. I usually find this game around, but the label is always messed up. I also got some Atari 2600 games. I got Super Breakout, Space Invaders. Doesn't have the cool label, it's the written one, but still a cool game nonetheless. Demons to Diamonds. And Missile Command. Love the artwork on these old Atari games. Love them. I also got a couple of PlayStation 3 games. I got Castlevania Lords of Shadow Collection. And I got Diablo 3. I already played through Diablo 3 and beat it. Going for the expansion pack now. It's a great game. It's very repetitive. Dungeon crawlers usually are. But there's something about this one that just keeps me coming back. I haven't played Castlevania yet. I hope to get to that one shortly. Everything else I got is Sega. First, I got a 32X game I've been looking for some time, T-Mech. Got it for a really good price. It's very hard to find this game in complete condition for a decent price. This one still has the shrink wrap. Well, you can see this still has the shrink wrap. It's open, but it still has the shrink wrap on the box. It's in absolutely pristine condition, and I was very happy to get this one because I'm not trying to get every 32X game, although if you get most of the ones you want, there are like 3 or 4 games left to have them all anyway, so but I'm not going to get Spider-Man Web of Fire and those expensive games. But I really wanted to play this one because I've seen videos of it and it looked really cool, and I really wanted to try it out. It's something new for the 32X, you know. I got one Sega CD game, which is Wing Commander. I've actually never played a Wing Commander game. Never played a Wing Commander game. And I knew there was a Wing Commander on the Sega CD, so I figured that's a pretty good entry point. Controls are kind of complicated. I mean, you can play it with the 6-button controller if I'm not mistaken, but still, it's a lot of stuff for one controller, you know. But the sound and the graphics are pretty cool. I love those old DOS era games like TIE Fighter and things like that. I love those. So I'm really looking forward to trying that. Everything else I got is Genesis and Saturn. For the Sega Genesis, I got Kawasaki Super Bike Challenge, which is a really good motorcycle game, polygonal game. It reminds me a lot in gameplay of Super Monaco GP, but the graphics are all polygonal. The stages, the race tracks. The actual motorcycles themselves are sprites, but the tracks, environments are polygonal. And it flows really, really smoothly for a stock Genesis game. Star Cruiser. I tried this one out on my EverDrive, and this is about as close, I think, as the Genesis got to a native Star Fox, but it's got more RPG kind elements in it than that. You talk to people and make choices and things like that, but it's very heavily Japanese intensive, so I'm hoping that a fan translation will come out one day. But I've always wanted to play it. I saw a US seller had it for a good price, and I tried it out in my EverDrive, and I wanted to actually, you know, look at the manual and see, you know, actually have it to see if I can get into it, and hopefully I'll be able to. I got Cyber Cop, which is a great first-person shooter on the Genesis. You know, games like Star Cruiser and Cyber Cop are games that many people thought the Genesis couldn't do. You know, first-person shooter. And if you head over to Sega16.com to our forum, and you head over to the Blast Processing forum that has to do with homebrew development and protos and hacks and things, you're going to see that one of our members is doing a version of Wolfenstein 3D on the Genesis, the stock Genesis. I have it on my EverDrive. Plays beautifully. It looks a million times better than the Super Nintendo version. He's already working on episodes 2 and 3. It's got all the sound, music, everything. It just shows how powerful the Genesis really can be. I could probably end this video with this next game. I got a complete copy of Shaq Fu. I don't know why. I don't know why. I saw it and it was really cheap, and I guess because people always talk about this game being so bad, I wanted to check it out for myself. I've never actually played this game before I got it. Never played it. And I guess I wanted to check it out for myself. But, I mean, Shaq Fu is one of those games you love to hate, right? And the last one I got is Sacred Line. Sasha Darko's Sacred Line, which is a visual novel type game. Mature themed, horror theme where you make choices, and depending on your choices you take different branching paths and things. And this is published by Watermelon Games, the same guys who made Pier Solar and are making the upcoming Project Y. And I helped out with this game, actually helped proofread the text, and I'm very happy to see that it actually got a physical release. I'm holding it in my hand. It's got a full color manual and everything, stickers. Watermelon Game gave it its typical excellent release treatment. And I'm really excited to actually have this in my collection. I think that everybody should try it out, should check it out. It's not a long game, probably take you about an hour or so to beat, but since they're branching paths, you can go back and do the other paths and get different results. Everything else I got here is Saturn now. The first thing I got, an import, is Willy Wombat. I remember this game back in the day. Game Fan Magazine, Dave Halverson, I think it was Dave Halverson, completely went nuts over this game because thought it was one of the greatest games on the Saturn. I got it, I played it. It's okay, it's cool, it's competent, but it's very repetitive. It's not very exciting. You just collect little gems and open the exit, and you know, not really exciting. I haven't gotten to a boss battle yet, so I saw the demo. Boss battles are pretty cool, but the gameplay is pretty repetitive. Everything else here is Saturn, US Saturn. I got Blackfire, which is a helicopter game, very early Saturn release. I got the best baseball game from the 16 and 32-bit era, World Series Baseball 2. I love this game. Love this game. I love that I can play as the Yankees with Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams. That's great. Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan. What of it? Virtua Cop 2, long box version. I have stunners. I have a stunner, and I have this game, the box that came with the stunner with the jewel case version, but I don't have the jewel case version of the game. I want the long box because I have Virtua Cop 1 with the long box, so now I have both of them. I got Gex. I used to like Gex when it came out in the 3DO, and then when it came out in the PlayStation and Saturn, and I wanted to try it out again, and it's fun. The only thing I don't like about it, it's a very good, very solid platformer. What I don't like is Gex's voice. It's one of those things you just want to shut off, like Bubsy. Like, he doesn't shut up. And I got F1 Challenge, which is a pretty good racing game. Of course, the reason I got this one is because it's compatible with the Arcade Racer, and I have an Arcade Racer. I would like to do a video on that in the future. I love that controller for Sega Rally and for Daytona. I also got Hang On. This is also Arcade Racer compatible, and unlike other games, you really should not play this game without the Arcade Racer. You can't play this game with the stock control pads because you either don't move or you fling to the side. There's no in between. You can't ease into a turn. You just poof or poof like that. And that's why it's best to play either with the Knights analog pad or with the Arcade Racer. So I'm glad to have two new games to try out on my Arcade Racer. I also got Jurassic Park The Lost World, which I did not like at all. This game is, the graphics aren't that great, but the gameplay is just run from left to right. You don't even have to fight most of the dinosaurs. You can jump over them or avoid them. It's really boring, really, really boring. And then the last game I got was Road Rash, which is awesome. And this is an excellent version of Road Rash. I was between this and the SEGA CD version. This one popped up at a better price first. In great condition. All these games are complete. And so I went for the Saturn version. If I can find a Sega CD version, I guess I'll get it. If I find it at a good price to have it in my collection. But if I can only have one version, I'm sticking with the Saturn version. This game is awesome. The soundtrack, the graphics, the gameplay, everything's great. That's it for this pickup video. Went kind of quickly, but I had a lot of stuff and I don't know how long it would take me to get through. So as always, please remember to thumbs up the video and subscribe and comment. Tell me what you've got. I'd like to read what new things you've gotten for your collections. Remember to head over to SEGA16.com and check out our reviews, features, and interviews. Head over to the forum and join the community. We'd love to have you. And until next time, take care.